Hey everybody, I just wanted to jump on here quickly and just talk about something that's been coming up a lot for me lately. It's something I've seen all the time whenever I start dealing with new clients and talking to people. And that's that you'll never hit your goals in life if you don't know what the end result is going to look like. And it comes up time and time again, and it came up again with a new client that I've just gone through with as well. And it's where we're wanting to know what it is that we're wanting to create in our life. How do we know when we have a great life if we don't know what that even looks like? How do we know what we're going to do? It's like when I was working as an engineer, we always had projects. We always knew what the end result is. We go through, we figure out what the product is. What is the product actually going to look like? What's it going to be doing? What's the functions? And then we do all the work to get there. And yet, when it comes to our life, there's so many things that we don't do. And so for me, I even went through this myself. I was going through all these things that I didn't want to have in my life. I had no idea what it was that I wanted my life to look like. All I knew was all the things that I didn't want. I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to be poor. I didn't want to be working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I didn't want to be stuck in certain places, but I didn't know what I really wanted. And it's only as we start figuring these things out that what I really want, that I actually could start making progress in getting what I wanted and getting really fun and enjoyment out of my life. So in our life, we have these things that we want to do, we want to win, we want to be getting all these amazing things happening for us. And it's only through knowing what we really want that we know that we're actually on the path to get there. So there's many of us that have things that we want. So we want to have a great life, but what does it look like? What is the true goal? What is the things that you'd actually be doing when you're really enjoying your life? And that's what I want to talk to you about today, to really think about that. What is it in your life that you really want to have? What does that look like for you? And allowing yourself to go there. Another interesting thing that came up around that is, as we're getting into that, there's people that we've been taught the concept that we don't want to feel lack. We want to feel a positive side of it all the time. We want to be drawing ourselves there. And if we start thinking about things that we don't have, then we're taking ourselves into a mentality of lack, or that we don't have it, or that it's not there, it's scarcity. And it's possible to get into that, but this is not actually what I'm talking about doing. What we're talking about doing is actually feeling the feeling of having it. And then it's not in scarcity. It's not in that lack feeling. We're in the feeling of, what would I be doing when I'm there? What would I be doing when I have created what I want? And when you're in that feeling, you're not in a feeling of lack, you're in the feeling of abundance. You're feeling, this is awesome, this is what I've got. So I just want to be spending my time with my kids. I want to be going to the beach. I want to be doing all these fun things and just imagining myself do it. And that's not a feeling of lack at all. That's a very safe, very positive feeling. And it's through this feeling and through this visioning that you can create what you want. Now, the other thing with that is that everything, there's a concept which I really want to convey to you today, and it's that everything is created twice. Everything that we do is actually created twice. If I asked you to write down my name, Kevin Harvey, right now, you would picture it in your head, you'd pick up that pen, and then you'd recreate what you've visioned in your mind onto that paper. So you've already created it once perfectly in your head. You've pictured all those letters perfectly, and then they come out through writing onto the paper. It's the same with everything we do. We see ourselves doing it perfectly, and then we start taking the action to do it. And that's how we create our life. It's when we're visioning what we want to have in our life that we can then start taking the action on the path to get there. And sometimes those actions are in alignment with it, and we're like, this is feeling good. And sometimes those actions are not in alignment. And that's when you know where you're headed, you know whether it's in alignment or not. And when you're taking that action that isn't in alignment, it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel right, and you can redirect what you're doing. And it's only through that, having that true goal, having what you really want, that we can actually hit a target. So going through the coaching process, I go through and we go through figuring out what it is that you want to have in your life. And it's through that process that we can figure out whether you're actually taking steps forward towards it. And when you're taking those steps, you then know that you're on track. It's only through this, having this true goal, that we can really identify what we want to be attracting into our life. And we will attract it because we're concentrating on it, we're focusing on it, we're meditating on it, we're visioning on it, and we're working in alignment with that every day. Whatever's present in our mind is what we put our attention to, what we focus on, and that's what we draw into our life. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. We need to have those true goals in order to be able to hit them. With those true goals, we can create what we want to have in our life. And I'll see you on some of the future videos. I'll keep making a lot more videos, and looking forward to seeing a lot more of you live on the videos. See ya.